This is a model showing you the various parts of the digestive system. At the very top you can see the oral cavity with the teeth and the tongue. Salivary glands are not easy to see from this model, but there's other models that show you the main salivary glands. But when the food is chewed and manipulated via chemical and mechanical digestion, it then passes to the oropharynx, laryngopharynx, and when you swallow, the epiglottis closes off the airway, so food is forced down the esophagus. So in the esophagus, it just propels the food down into the stomach. You have additional mixing and churning, both chemical and mechanical digestion happen in the stomach. The cardiac region, the fundus, the body, and the pyloric region. There's a pyloric sphincter inside of here that regulates the movement of the food into the small intestine. First part of the small intestine is the duodenum, followed by jejunum and ileum. But the duodenum is important because what you have here is the connection with the pancreas. So inside the pancreas there's this main pancreatic duct that has pancreatic secretions, pancreatic juice. It meets up with the bile duct, which you can see right here. The gallbladder, which stores bile, underneath the right lobe of the liver. It then passes down the bile duct, meets up with the pancreatic duct right here, and there's this little bump. This is called the major duodenal papilla. That's where bile and pancreatic juice are released into the duodenum. There's this additional duct called the accessory duct, and it has its own opening into the duodenum. It's called the minor duodenal papilla. This duct does not meet up or converge with bile. When you look after that, of course I mentioned the duodenum followed by jejunum and then ileum. The ileum connects to the large intestine right here. This is the ileum. And then you have this area, the ileocecal junction. There's an ileocecal valve in here, and this is the cecum, the first part of the large intestine. This little thing here is the appendix, which its function is not fully understood. But from the cecum, then you get to the colon, which is another part of the large intestine. The ascending, transverse, descending, and then the S-shaped sigmoid colon. Those are parts of the colon which are going to lead to the rectum and the anal canal. So that all is included in the large intestine, but just the colon has special names: ascending, transverse, descending, and sigmoid. So the colon is unique because what you have is this smooth muscle band called the tenia coli, and it travels on the outside. It's very unique, and so what it does is it's a little shorter than the length of this tube, and it creates these little pockets here. These are called haustra, and these haustra undergo haustral contractions, which compacts and consolidates the feces. The feces is ultimately going to be stored in the rectum upon defecation, where it's released, and you can see some of the anal canal here as well. So that's an overview of the digestive system. This model does show you quite a bit of parts.